Why you think XRP will 2K by the end of the year if things are in line for that to happen this year. That's the price that's going to be required to be in order to be able to move the amount of value for the markets and networks that I believe will need to be settled by the end of the year. You got Swift, which is 5 trillion a day. You got the FX market, which is around 6-7 trillion a day. You got commodities, which is 6-7 trillion a day. You got the back end of the stock market, which is 6-7 trillion a day. So where are we at? We'll call it $25 trillion that needs to be settled on a daily basis. How much XRP do you think is available for that? 10 billion? 10 billion XRP? So if you want to do the math, that would be a $2,500 XRP if it was used one time a day. And there's 10 billion available. Okay. Maybe there's more than that available. Maybe it's used more than that once per day. And in that case, maybe the price is lower than 2K. But you've also got spot ETFs. You've now got businesses buying up XRP as part of their treasury. You've got exchanges that'll likely be using XRP in its DEX for liquidity after Tether goes. You've got other people that are going to utilize XRP for a treasury asset on their balance sheet that are going to want to buy it. Sovereign wealth funds are going to want to buy it. You're going to need XRP to be able to pay fees to tokenize real estate like they are in the Middle East. On the XRP, you're going to have liquidity pools by the end of the year that lock up XRP. You're going to have AMMs by the end of the year that are locking up XRP. So it's really a lot less available supply than I think people really understand that's going to be available by the end of the year because of all these other catalysts that are going to lock up the XRP. So to move all that value, you might have a couple billion XRP, 5 billion XRP available to settle $25 trillion a day in transaction volume, maybe more. Maybe there's other markets that I haven't even considered that'll be settling across the XRP by the end of the year. I think 2K is very reasonable with all of the different factors that are going to lock up XRP and limit the supply and the availability for the amount of demand that's going to exist for it.